Okay, let's dive in. Some needs are really obvious. You see them, you understand sort of what might be required.
Right.
But what about the needs you can't see, the hidden ones?
Yeah, and that's exactly what's so fascinating in the material we looked at. It really zeroes in on these, well, hidden or non-obvious special needs.
And specifically in aviation, right? Airports, airlines, everything's about time, schedules. Super critical.
Exactly. A really high-pressure, time-sensitive environment.
So the big question the source brings up is, how do you actually help passengers with these hidden needs, without messing up the whole operation, delaying flights, that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. It's a real balancing act. Airlines need that efficiency, but passengers, well, they need support and understanding.
So our mission today really is to unpack this challenge using the source and look at this pretty clever solution they came up with.
Yeah, and your source does a good job outlining what these hidden needs can actually cover.
Mm-hmm.
Often zero physical signs, but they can really impact how someone, navigates a busy airport.
Like, what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, the source mentions stuff like learning disabilities, mental health conditions, certain mobility issues that aren't immediately obvious, speech things, visual or hearing impairments that aren't profound, perhaps.
Okay, so it's quite a broad range. The source also listed chronic conditions, didn't it? Things you wouldn't necessarily know someone has just by looking.
Right. Like asthma,
Yeah.
CPD.
Yeah.
That's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, PTSD, anxiety, other lung conditions, even things like renal failure, diabetes, sleep disorders. Folks are traveling with these conditions every single day.
And that loops right back to the airport setting. Everyone wants to help, but how do you do it proactively without making someone explain themselves over and over in a place that's all about moving quickly?
Yeah, how do you signal, like subtly, hey, I might need a little extra time here, or maybe approach me differently?
And that's where this idea comes in, the one from the source, the hidden special needs sunflower.
Sunflower, yeah. It started back in 2016. London Gatwick Airport kicked it off.
Why Gatwick? What was the trigger?
They basically recognized this exact gap. They needed some way to know, before a potential issue arose, that a passenger might need extra support. An early warning system, kind of. Smoother journey for the passenger, smoother operations for the airport.
Okay, so what is it? Is it complicated?
Not at all. That's the beauty of it. It's just a simple lanyard. Green background covered in, well, sunflowers. Really visible but discreet.
Just a lanyard.
Just a lanyard. Not a fast pass. Doesn't guarantee specific services. It just acts as a quiet signal to trained staff.
A signal that says
that the person wearing it, or maybe someone they're with, might need a bit more help, or time, or patience. May help understanding instructions. It's variable.
I like that. It avoids assumptions. The wearer doesn't have to keep explaining personal stuff at every single checkpoint.
Exactly. And it ties into this core idea from the source material that I thought was really powerful.
What's that?
While everyone is equal, they are not the same. It's about recognizing difference respectfully. Equal treatment isn't identical treatment. It's about giving the right support for that individual.
That makes so much sense. And it changes how staff interact, right? The source mentioned that.
Yeah, the guidance isn't to ask, what's wrong or what's your disability.
Yeah.
It's much simpler.
That is, how can I help?
Precisely. How can I help you? It puts the control back with the individual, lets them state what, if anything, they need in that moment. Gentle, respectful.
And has it worked? Has it made a difference?
Oh, absolutely. The source highlights its success. It's raised a huge amount of awareness about hidden needs way beyond Gatwick.
So other places are using it too.
Yeah, loads of airports worldwide now, but also it's spread to supermarkets, train stations, museums, sports venues.
Yeah.
All sorts of large public spaces. It just makes navigating these potentially stressful places a bit easier for wearers.
So wrapping this up then, we have this challenge. Hidden needs in places that run on tight schedules. And the simple visual cue, the sunflower lanyard, emerges as a really effective solution.
It empowers the person, enables the staff, helps both sides. A really neat outcome from tackling a specific aviation problem.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? This idea of using subtle signals to acknowledge hidden needs.
Yeah.
Recognizing that equal doesn't mean same. Where else could that thinking change things? Not just in airports or big venues, but maybe in our everyday interactions. How could that shift how we support each other?
Definitely something to think about as you go about your day.